Don't be scared to be different. That is exactly what I will be talking about in this video. Hi everybody, my name is Tasin Siddiqui and I talk about motivation, career, finances and all topics on how you can live your best life. If you would like to improve your life, please consider subscribing to my channel because I would be coming up with a lot more content that would help you take realistic and steps to improve your life, not just pep talk. So please consider subscribing to my channel. So in this video I would basically like to talk about the fact that you should not be scared to be different, right? You should not be scared to stand apart from people. What I mean by that is, a lot of times in life we have this herd mentality where we tend to follow other people, right? It happens a lot with Asian kids, me including, that you might take up professions such as, after school, everybody wants to become a doctor or an engineer. Yeah, very few people want to become a wildlife photographer or whatever. I'm not telling you now go and become a wildlife photographer, but what I'm trying to tell you is, this herd mentality is not good, right? It robs so many people of their dreams, and then what happens is they have regrets later on in life and they don't perform good in this other thing, and then they complain and there's this blame game going on, and in the entire family. Oh, you told me to do this and look where I am right now. There are a lot more cases of people who wanted to become, let's say, entrepreneurs after college, but then because everybody in their friend group were taking up jobs, they also took a job, and then they hate that job, and they never try what they wanted to do, and then they feel like a failure. So don't be that guy. Don't throw all your dreams in the trash can. Okay, you should have that courage to stand up and do something different, right? If you want to move out from your city where you grew up and go to a different city and make your dreams come true, go and do it. Take that risk. Take that risk at least when you're young, because even if you fail, you have a lot of time to recover from those mistakes. You will learn a lot. So go to a new place, learn a new language, go to a different country, do things that not other people are doing, and you will have a lot more learning and a very rich life in terms of knowledge and experiences later on, right? Because this sense of us seeking comfort all the time, of doing things that already other people have done, following the path, so to say, it will not lead very different results. You would end up like everybody else. And do we really want to become like everybody else, average? Yeah, I'm not saying there's something wrong in being average. Hey, if you want to be average, well, it's fine, go ahead and be one, right? But if you want to leave a mark in this life, leave your mark in this life, you would have to do something different, right? You would have to choose your path. You would have to carve your own path, as they say. So don't be scared to stand apart. Okay, so for me, for example, I grew up in India, and I did engineering, and everybody in my engineering college were appearing or preparing for the master's level examination, entrance examinations in India. So things like, they wanted to do MTech or MS in the premier IITs or IISc. So everybody was obsessed with that, or they were preparing for MBAs to get into IIMs. For the international audience, IIMs are premier business schools. So schools like London Business School and INSEAD. So basically where you can receive an MBA. So those colleges, IIMs, basically are equivalent of those colleges, MBA schools, business schools. So everybody was either preparing for Indian, masters entrance examination or MBAs, or others were preparing for civil services. But I took a very different path. Yeah, I came to Germany. Yeah, I came to Germany very different from other people, because in India a lot of people, they go abroad, if even if they do, they go to places like the United Kingdom where they speak English, or the US, or Australia, Canada. But for me, I wanted to do something different, right? So I learned the German language and I moved to Germany, out of all places. And guess what? I think that was the best decision of my life. Yes, I say it again, that was the best decision of my life up till now. I learned so much more. I learned the language, and I will be acquiring the citizenship very soon, so easily compared to other places. I've got a great job, yeah, and I learned just so much more about the culture of the European heartland than other people in the world. And I think I'm at a very comfortable and happy position now because of the fact that I took a risk back then. And because other people, they wasted just so much time and so many years preparing for entrance examinations. And yeah, if they wanted to do that, well, good for them. But that herd mentality costed a lot of people a lot of time, and gave them a lot of headache. So that was just one example of the fact that I did something different. I chose to stand apart from people, and that turned out to be very good. Now, it doesn't mean that at all times all your choices would lead to the best results. You will fail a lot. I have failed a lot. I've struggled a lot, but you will figure it out. You will figure it out. You're an intelligent person. If you're watching this video, obviously you've got some brain cells in your head. That's why you resonate with such content. So you will figure it out. Don't be scared. Take risks, because a life without adventure is, I think, it's a boring life. And I just want to mention this one poem that I read as a child in school, uh, which talks about this very topic. So a lot of you can guess the poem. It's called "The Road Not Taken" by Robert Frost. And I would just like to read out the last few lines of the poem, which beautifully describes the situation. And he says, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Beautiful, ain't it? You know, if you go and, choose roads which not other people have done, then you would get very different results from other people. So take some risk, be confident. Don't always seek comfort, because a lot of people, they just want to put on a blanket and be where it's warm and comfortable, and that is not a comfortable life. Yeah, an adventure, that is not a very adventurous life. Sorry, an adventurous life is being in the wild, in the woods, wet and hungry, and that makes for a good story, right? So leave out that comfort zone, because a lot of people in this world you would meet, 90 to 95%, they are not willing to take risks, and then they would complain that life is unfair and this and that, and you cannot beat the system, all that excuses. So don't be like them. Take risks. Yeah, take that plunge, that dive, and soar in the sky with your wings spread wide open. You might fall. A lot of people might fall, but then if you keep struggling, if you keep figuring out and traveling less trodden paths, you will figure out your calling in life. You will figure out your purpose in life. Yeah. So be like that. Those 10% people who take the risks, and guess what? When they fly across the horizon, they get the best view. And that's not the view you get when you sit at home where it's comfortable. You will only get the best view and the best experience of life when you take risks and travel and do things that other people have not done. So be different. Yeah, be different. Go and explore the world. It's a big place. Meet people, do things, and you'll be fine. You'll have a very different and beautiful life. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And with that, I'm at the end of this video, and bye.